Hello, today I'm here to talk to you about 4 things that fit women always do that the rest of us probably have not thought of because they're not talked about in any sort of diet blog or website. I want to share this information with you and some real life examples from my coaching clients so you have an idea of some goals you can pick for 2020 that will be more effective than just losing weight or starting a diet or working out. So let's get right to it. Number 1 is instead of the latest fad diet or diet book, my fit, most successful clients have routines and rituals instead. So here's what I mean with that. Perfect example is Catherine. Catherine's an extremely busy professional. She's been in my coaching program for a couple of years now. She's been able to manage her weight in spite of a busy schedule, going back to school and having really difficult thyroid problems. And one of the things that Catherine's really great at is creating rituals and routines for herself. So she has a meal prep routine that she participates in every Sunday. Every Sunday she knows she's going to the grocery store. She's going to cook certain amounts of foods for herself and keep them in the refrigerator for the week. She also has great after work routines. She knows exactly what she's doing after work to get her from point A, her office, to point B, the gym. And so these routines, you don't need to copy exactly the ones that I'm describing, but rituals and routines work much better than any sort of trendy diet or new shiny fitness class. Just going ahead and working with the lifestyle you have and building more daily routines into it that incorporate fit, healthy choices like working out and meal prep. The other thing that fit women have that I think is often overlooked is they have what I call the bare minimums. So these are just kind of like rules that they have about the least amount of self-care they'll do on any given day. Let me give you an example. So my bare minimums, I kind of break them down into my nutrition bare minimum, which is that I eat at least 2 servings of vegetables a day, no matter how crazy my day is, no matter, if I'm on the road and I'm having to stop at a drive-through or I have no food in my refrigerator, because those things happen to me. Even though I'm a fit person, I always have 2 servings of vegetables every day. That's my bare minimum. So I know if at least I do that, I've done the basics of what I need to do to stay healthy for that day. The second category is exercise. So my bare minimum is 15 minutes of movement in a day. Now, a lot of days I get more than that, but on a crazy day, if I just get 15 minutes of walking, 15 minutes of like a YouTube yoga video, or 15 minutes of one of my HIIT workouts, like my fat burning HIIT workout, I call that a successful day. And the third bare minimum is what I call restorative activities, or just basically de-stressing activities, however you want to call it. And my bare minimum for that is that I'm going to spend at least 3 minutes every day in meditation or prayer, just 3 minutes. I do a lot more than that many days, but if I do 3, I consider it a success. So just having those 3 bottom floor things that I'm going to do every day, it doesn't take up much time, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of my day, all of those things. It's able to keep my self-care going every single day, no matter what the conditions are. And the next thing is shorter workouts. My most successful clients, most of the personal trainers I know, most of the really fit women that I admire who have these great, full, balanced, busy lives and healthy bodies, they're not going to the gym for 60, 90 minutes every day. That's just not obtainable for most people. First of all, just with the way modern life and the pace of it, but it's really not necessary. If you're following a well-scheduled workout program, you can be fit in about 20 to 30 minutes a day tops, and that's really the truth of the matter. I don't really know that many personal trainers that work out a really long time every day, and rarely do I ever meet anyone who's working out more than an hour a day consistently. And when they are, it's usually because they're prepping for like a big athletic competition, or maybe they're doing a bodybuilding prep. But those aren't really things that they consider part of their daily maintenance. That's just kind of like part of their hobby, if that makes sense. And the last and one of the most overlooked things I think in PCOS is restorative activities. So the fit women I know, and like I said, I know a lot of them, like my clients, they spend time doing things that are restorative. Now, this is different than relaxing. This is things that kind of give you almost like a spiritual recharge that help you kind of think about things, be reflective, to slow down. There are activities such as taking walks outside in silence to just be alone with your thoughts, or maybe reading a book that produces positive emotions. And that's another way. Gratitude journaling, meditation, that is something I already mentioned before. But this has been a transformative habit for a lot of my very successful clients. I have a client, Tammy, and my clients, Melanie. They both came in with a lot of fitness knowledge, a willingness to work hard and work out, but they really saw a lot of success when they devoted about 10 to 15 minutes just to restorative activities. And what I find is that that helps lower your stress. And I think there are good hormonal responses when we lower our stress. But also, we as women, I don't know if this is so much true for men, I think it's just a natural thing. When we don't feed our souls, when we don't give ourselves that space to really relax and reconnect with ourselves, we start seeking emotional highs in the kitchen. So we start snacking, emotional eating, stress eating, avoiding workouts, and instead like Netflix binging, which isn't a restorative activity, right? Because that's more like you're numbing, you're like trying to disconnect yourself from reality. And there's a place for television and fun and relaxing activities. But if you're not making room for restorative activities where you're reflecting on your life and your goals, or you're cultivating positive emotions, or just simply deep breathing in quiet, in peace, or maybe even pursuing a creative activity like crafts, I think you're going to be much more likely to find yourself making poor nutrition choices. I've been working with women with PCOS now for quite a long time, and I can tell you when there isn't room in your life for these kind of activities, you tend to have a harder time sticking to PCOS nutrition goals. Now, a lot of this might sound very different to you than the normal PCOS, manage your PCOS, lose weight with PCOS advice. And if this is interesting to you, you might want to head over to my website and check out my coaching program, because it's a 360-degree program where we really look at both your nutrition and your exercise, your supplements, all of that important stuff. But we also look at your life and your unique needs. Where do you need more restoration? Where do you need more routines and strategies? What are your bare minimums? And if you don't have any, how can we define them? Those are all questions I walk my clients through every year. So if that's something that interests you, you should head over to my website, sign up for my wait list, and maybe you could apply for my coaching program when there's an opening. I don't talk a lot about the things that I do over at my website because I just want to give free information. But if this is something that appeals to you, if this message right now really hit home with you, you probably are a good fit for the coaching program. Happy 2020 at the time of this video. It is a new year, and I just can't wait to spend that with my audience, sharing more PCOS knowledge, self-love, and positive energy. So go out there and pursue the goals that are right for you this year.